Hello and welcome to my SharePoint Branding and Design video blog. My name is Erik Swenson. You can visit my website at erikswenson.blogspot.com. You can also follow me at Erik J. Swenson. Within this fourth session, we're going to be covering HTML master pages and how you create them. So just to give an example, what we're going to be doing is taking this existing Twitter bootstrap sort of design that's sort of a responsive design. If I expand and collapse it, you can see that it actually resizes based on the browser size. What we're going to do is transform that into a SharePoint 2013 master page. So the first thing that we want to do is open up our SharePoint design site and go under Design Manager. What we'll do then is, if you've already uploaded, created a device channel, you can also then map a network drive. So in my example, it would be SP2013 VM _catalogs master page. For this session, just to make it go a little bit quicker, I'm actually going to be doing it through SharePoint Designer, so 2013. So if I open up that, open up my publishing portal. When in here, I can click on, so this is an example of SharePoint Designer 2013. I can view all the sites and lists and libraries and master pages. The place where we want to navigate to is Catalogs, so under All Files, Catalogs, and then Master Page. I've already uploaded my CSS, so in here we have the bootstrap.css, we have the responsive CSS in here. And if we backtrack, I've also uploaded some images. So this one is just some basic images in here. So you can just do the import. Now what we're going to do is actually import a HTML file. So the HTML file that lived on that folder. So in here, example, we have our CSS, images, and JS. I've also uploaded my JS folder here with these files. So this HTML, if we open it up in Notepad and take a look, you'll see it's actually not that complicated. So we have some text here, we have some CSS, we have some divs, and these divs have rows and spans, and you can see we have classes like container, and really that's pretty simple. So the design, we have our references up here. That's pretty much it. So we're actually going to take this existing HTML as it is here. We've got our footer, and then move that into SharePoint as a master page. So we'll import that the HTML file under Import Files. We're going to add a file. We're going to go to our file here, hit Open, hit OK. And then we'll just refresh. Refresh again. Alright, so here we see we have our HTML file. Well, nothing really happens yet. So what we'll need to do is then go back to our Design Manager and click on Edit Master Pages. And we'll do a quick refresh. Now you'll see here we have convert an HTML file to a SharePoint master page. So we'll click on that. Take a second. Alright, and here you'll actually see all the different files. So actually you'll see this is the catalogs master page. In here you see my bootstrap.htm, and again you could start with a starter master page, but right now we can go with the bootstrap. You hit insert, and then you refresh the page, and see here it's sort of checked out, working. It hasn't said conversion successful yet. Again, refresh the page. Now you'll see that the conversion is successful. So at this point, what we'll do is we'll go back into our SharePoint Designer, do a refresh, and you'll notice that it actually added this bootstrap.master in here. Right? So if we now the one thing about using the HTML master pages is that you don't ever have to modify the master page. You just modify the HTML file. So what we'll do is we'll check that out. We'll do edit in advanced mode here. And you'll see that there's a lot more stuff now that it's converted into a master page. So you'll see that there's a bunch of placeholders here. There's comments. There's inline styles. You have a bunch of stuff. Now what this is actually doing is it's pointing these placeholders into the master page. So here's our sort of workspace and body container, and then this is actually where our content starts. Alright, so you wouldn't necessarily have your content in here, so this is where I put my placeholders for the content. So really what we wanted is the main container and hero unit here. So, and we also wanted our reference style sheets near the top. So now that we have those, what we can do is actually go into our design manager again. And if we actually click on this bootstrap.html, you actually can get a preview of what this master page is going to look like. So here we actually have our HTML. It's looking good. And then they actually add in this div in the bottom, sort of as a placeholder. If you look in the SharePoint Designer and scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see that this is sort of this default content block, and that's what they've added and said this is really where you want to add your content, because it's within this content placeholder. So that's really where we want to add in our content. So from here we can go back to our design, and if we resize this browser here, you'll see that the content is again responsive and expanding as needed within the site. So this is sort of the first step into the site. Now the next thing that you could do, let's go back to my site here. I could actually up under site settings, under master page, I could then change my default to my bootstrap, hit OK. And if I go home, I see have my I still have my content, but I still have my updated master page. So that's an example where you could start refining it from here, and you can go in and under settings, design manager. You could then under the bootstrap, you could then change some snippets. And from the snippets you can see that you can add a variety of different things like the top navigation, vertical navigation, breadcrumbs, searches, site titles, site logos, a variety of different things. And what you would do is you click on this element, it would then provide you with a snippet that you can copy. You can then customize it, and then when you would copy it, you would then simply go into the master page and paste it into where you need it. So I'm not going to go into too much details on snippets, but you could basically customize them and put them into your master pages as you need it, and sort of build out your sites. So that's pretty much it for creating your HTML master pages. The next section we're going to be going into creating the page layouts.